He's a very toxic dog indeed. But yeah, he was actually 1 day away from being put down when he was like taken from the pound to like an animal rescue group. So like 1 extra day, 1 phone call missed, and he would have been euthanized because dogs that, anxious dogs that, anxious dogs that snap at you when you try to, you know, restrain them and put muzzles and stuff on them, don't live very long in our society. What? You're not even playing on 4K? What? I'm confused. Is that a meme or? Because like I don't have the ability to play anything on 4K. When's 4K Minecraft? When I get a 4K monitor and like a better PC and he's playing it on Daddy K. Get ready for life hacks. Some people don't like bondage. Ty, I think your cup is freaking cool. Well, thanks. Yeah, I'm a fan of it. It's like, it's pretty cool. Okay, we're gonna, like I said, we're only gonna do about half an hour, so we're gonna jump in and make this happen. I think we left off, we were just heading home after the barbecue. Don't trust gas station egg sandwiches. How do you drink an invisible cup? What do you mean? Alright, Amanda and I arrive home with the remnants of our veggie plate. Seems like nobody was really into the cauliflower.
Thank you for selecting exotic butters.
Control-Alt-Reality, thank you for the 14-month resub. Oh, babe. Whoa, what have you done? You made a mess. You made a mess of Shirlene, but thank you very much. 14 months. And again, thank you for the bits earlier, the 20 bits. Was it a Futurama reference? Oh. How does the liquid turn invisible if the cup is invisible? How does... Oh. My brain, it's too late to answer that question. Let's go. Nobody liked the cauliflower. Any big plans for this evening? Actually, yeah. I'm going out with some friends. Oh. Is that okay? Of course. Just keep me posted and be home before midnight. You got it. And be careful. Yeah. I will. Make good choices. Of course. And call me if you need anything. Dad, you're not gonna do the thing where you wait silently for me to come home in the living room with all the lights off, are you? What? No, I've never done anything. I've never done that, and I will never do that. Okay. Do you have plans tonight? My plans were kind of to eat ice cream and watch TV with Amanda, but I'll find something to do. I'm gonna work on some stuff, see how long I can sleep for, or throw a party. Hello, Ty. My girlfriend, Alyssa, and I love your streams and this sim so much. Keep up the good stuffs, Cone Bro. Well, thank you, Control-Alt-Reality. I'm glad you guys like the stream so much. And this game. This game is just kind of does it. Oh, shit. We're not on the right screen. We need this one. That way you guys can see all of the daddy dating in HD. Also, I need to make an adjustment. Charlene, can you come down here? Thank you. And go to sleep. It's so weird seeing her call you dad. Your character looks 20, and she looks like she's a year from 20. Because she is a year from 20. She's 18, isn't she? That's true, like... But I suppose you can make a sort of old-looking dad as well. So, I don't know. But anyway, what do you guys think? Should I pretend to throw a party? Yeah, I'll throw a party. A real rager. All the other dads in the neighborhood are invited. I'll see if I can get you a spot on the list, but honestly, it's looking tight, and you may just have to wait in line. I know the guy at the door. I'll get in, no problem. That face right there. I'm just relaxing tonight. Have fun, okay? Great. See you later. I watch Amanda drive off into the night. I really hope she has fun. I plop down in front of the TV and turn on some Wine and Dine Mastermind with celebrity chef Gavin Chapman. Looks like Gavin's making a roasted rack of lamb with rosemary mashed potatoes. Ooh. I'd love to be able to cook like that. Although, I think if I was actually good at cooking, I'd use my powers for evil. Like just making baked Alaskas all day instead of any food of real nutritional substance. The intense strength of Ty's dad blood keeps him young with hunger. Ty is a young-looking dad, even though he's 45. Am I 45 this year? Is that the number we went with? Wow. Man, Gavin Chapman has caught that thing on fire, but he meant to do it. I love that. Gavin Chapman just caught that thing on fire, but he meant to do it. I think that's the sign of when you can truly consider yourself a good cook. Is when you catch something on fire, but you meant to do it, and it improves said dish. What a professional. I lose track of time as I blaze through several episodes of Wine and Dine Mastermind, and also one episode of some cooking show called Meat Hell. I'm not even sure what that one was about. It was just a lot of yelling. I glance at my watch. Man, it's almost midnight. I should check in with Amanda. I sent a text. Hey, kiddo, you good? I wander into the kitchen as I wait for a reply. Amanda's phone is almost always in her hand, so I'm sure she'll respond soon. Unless she's driving home now, in which case I hope she doesn't respond soon because I definitely taught her better than to text and drive. Yes, that's the number? Alright. Yeah, Hell's Kitchen. Meat Hell. I reach into the freezer and grab an ice cream sandwich. It's a little late for this, but I think I earned it after a long day of socializing. Is it ever too late for an ice cream sandwich? No. It's never too late for ice cream sandwich, and it's never too late for, like, for one drink. Mostly because it helps me sleep. I check my watch again, and then my phone. Nothing yet. Okay, see, now I'm worried. Do I call her? Do I call the cops? No. It's too soon for that. I'll just send her a gentle reminder text. What's up? Half an hour passes. Now I'm really worried. The episode of Gavin Chapman's Meat Hell are not only not assuaging my anxiety, but possibly exacerbating it with all the yelling. So I keep pacing around the house, waiting for her to come back. Why didn't I find out where she was going? Who she was going with? Why don't I know any of her friends' phone numbers? Why don't I even know any of her friends' full names? Who is Emma P? I decide to send her another text. Amanda, please text me and let me know you're okay. I can't help but think of all the awful things that could have happened to her. Oh, thank God, it's her. Amanda opens the door and shuffles in. Finally, she's back home. I'm glad she's okay. Sup? Sweetie, thank God you're safe. Yeah. But now I know that she's okay. I'm really mad. Why didn't you answer my texts? Amanda pulls her phone out of her pocket. Oh, oops. Guess I didn't see those. She starts to walk to her room. Amanda Ann. Whoa. We pulling out the middle name now. Amanda, you came home an hour and a half after your curfew, and you didn't respond to any of my texts. You really freaked me out. I was about to call the cops. Dad, you're seriously overreacting. You're not going to be like this when I go off to school, are you? I don't like your attitude. I have the right to be concerned. I was scared. Yeah, I was scared. You weren't responding, and it was just like when your dad... I have to stop myself from tearing up. Oh, Dad. I didn't mean to I sit down on the couch and put my head in my hands. I feel very tired all of a sudden. Okay, I didn't mean to have like a breakdown. You really scared me. Just please don't do that again. All right. I'm going to go to bed now. Amanda closes the door to her room and I head to mine. Jeez. As I'm falling asleep, one thing she said keeps echoing in my mind. You're not going to be like this when I go off to school, are you? I definitely didn't sleep well last night. I brew some strong coffee and make some scrambled eggs for Amanda as a peace offering. She eventually wanders into the kitchen. Hey, I thought about what you said last night. I should have texted you. I said I was going to do it and then I didn't. Honestly, I didn't even think about it. I'm really sorry, Pops. I won't do it again. Well, I'm sorry for freaking you out. I trust you to make good choices. Good. You're an adult now. I shouldn't have gotten so worked up. Team McCuckins. Every now and then I'm reminded that chat has soiled this. That I'm not playing the wholesome blind playthrough that we all crave. No. Instead, chat has fucking tainted this experience. Team McCuckins. Team McCuckins. I had to reaffirm that. Amanda gives me a hug. Want some eggs? You know it. Sprinkle some cheese on them. Already did. Bless you. Amanda scarfs down the eggs in the time it takes me to wash the pan. Alright, I'm off to school. Smell you later. Wait, one more thing before you go. What? What's DadBook? It's a social media platform. Wait. What? What's a social media platform? Dad, I have to go to school. Come on, Amanda. I'm an old man. I can't put together a DadBook profile on my own. Alright, I'll help you sound interesting on the internet. Amanda spends the next couple of minutes setting up my profile on DadBook, which as it turns out is a place where dads can get together and talk about fatherhood.
Ugh.
Alright, Pops, we gotta fill out your profile. Let's get some likes and dislikes. Oh, chat. Here we go. On a Friday night, you are most likely to polish and sort my coin collection, Netflix and grill baby, fall asleep watching the History Channel, torment my children with dad puns, sink into blissful oblivion, sleep.
Cause I mean, Oprah rich.
Oh shit.
A real McCuckins would never be out past curfew doing that terrible drug memes with her boyfriend Noah, the punk.
Thank you, Not a Rake, for that $5 tip. And you're not wrong. Now, chat, technically, you guys are my children. If we're gonna treat this properly. If I'm the dad, then the stream is the children. And yeah, I would probably torment you with bad jokes. In this case, dad puns. I'm not a child. If you're in this stream, you're my child. Even if you're older than me. Even if, like, you're some like, person who is older than me watching, you're still technically... You know how this works. I'm also an actual child. I know you are. But I'm not a child. I'm 13 now. Oh, okay, gotcha. I am ancient. I existed before time itself. You are the child. Nope. Nope. Okay, but anyway, torment my children with dad puns. If you had one thing to take with you onto a desert island, what would it be? But again, thank you very much, Not a Rake, for that $5 tip. That is very kind of you. What would it be? My trusty grill, the lost shaker of salt, cast away on DVD for instructional purposes, a boat, obviously. I don't need anything. My survival skills have trained me for this day. Probably a boat. The lost shaker of salt. No. I'm not doing that. Guys, Geistra, please. Oh my god, Claire's emote is so good, it is. I mean, a grill would make life on a desert island easier because you could just grill whatever you find. But probably a boat. Probably a boat. Charlene, go to bed. What are your turn-ons on Dad Book? Strong dad arms, tennis shoes with long white socks, a well-manicured lawn, street smarts, top-tier grillmanship, or comfortable with crying. Hey, spitters. I like the tennis shoes with white socks. Is there an all of the above? No, we have to pick one. I do like street smarts, like, are a big, yeah. Street smarts are very, very high up there. But also, I gotta respect the strong dad arms. So for me, it's a toss-up between strong dad arms and street smarts. Chat, what do you guys think? Grip me, daddy. Jesus, Jen. I'm gonna say street smarts. I'm gonna say street smarts. What did you want to be when you grew up? A technical writer for manuals and instructionals, a salty boat captain, pro skater who is also an astronaut, a good father, the president of space. Chat, I think we know which one.
I'm escaping to the one place that hasn't been corrupted by capitalism. Space!
I don't... Oh, shit! Zacked! Is that gonna pop up? Oh, the thing fell, but it never popped up. Let me redo that. Hang on. I have this ability to do this thing.
Welcome to the Scrub Club. It fills you with determination.
Zacked! Thank you very much for that subscription, guys. Can we get some hype for Zacked? Thank you so much. I think you're like the 5th new sub of the day. Very much appreciate that, and I hope you enjoyed the stream and the emotes. Chat, there's going to be no new emotes, or new emotes are coming soon, I promise. All sorts of new stuff is coming soon. I'm also going to change up some of the emotes. Now that we can upload emotes as a partner in good standing, you can upload emotes and get them auto-approved. We're going to be able to do all sorts of crazy things now. Which means if I'm hooked on a game... Let's say I'm hooked on, I don't know, what's a game that I could get hooked on? Well, like this game, for instance. Maybe suddenly a bunch of the emotes became dad versions of said emotes, or whatever the case is. So I can actually, like, do that now without having to wait upwards of, like, a week for things to be approved. So, did anyone else see that dark look at Ty's eyes when he said he could be auto-approved? I wish I had the funds and means to keep up my sub streak. How many times have I been subbed and resubbed? Aw, spitters, that's okay. You have to start fresh again like a bab. That's okay. You'll get your very own Shirlene. Shirlene, I told you to go to bed. Stop waking up. Okay, anyway. We're going to be the president of fucking space. What's your favorite movie genre? War documentaries, Sean Connery's entire filmography, anything on Laserdisc, romantic comedies, whatever will make me cry, old comedies that haven't aged well. I actually hate most of this. Like, I don't care for war documentaries. Sean Connery is whatever. Anything on Laserdisc? That's just goofy. Romantic comedies, whatever will make me cry. Old comedies that haven't aged well, yeah. Because honestly, chat, one of my favorite movies of all time is Hot Shots Part 2, and that movie has not aged well at all. Hot Shots Part 2 is so good, but it's so fucking bad at the same time. And that was just before, well, that was way before Charlie Sheen lost his mind. Damn, that movie's so good. It's so bad. Anyway, I'm going to do old comedies that haven't aged well. What's your ideal date? One of your favorites is Evil Dead 2. I do enjoy the Evil Dead movies. What's your ideal date? Napping together, doing a 1,000-piece puzzle, eating a healthy dinner at 4 p.m., trying to geocache but getting hopelessly lost, arson, being emotionally vulnerable. For me, honestly, chat, there's 3. There's napping together, geocache but getting hopelessly lost, or arson. Arson. What do you never leave home without? Honestly, lighting fires would be a really fun date. What do you never leave home without? A sensible cardigan, my sick vape, my book of word jumbles and a pen, a cool knife, my cripplingly low self-esteem. I frequently forget my phone, keys, and wallet at home sometimes. Never. Esteem. Oh. I mean, none of this. You and Candace would geocache, get lost, commit arson, and take a nap. Yep, that's pretty much it. I mean, the only thing here, chat, that would be even close would be a cool knife, even though I've never brought a knife anywhere. I feel like that's such a a trinket of some kind, or I don't know. Fuck, man, I don't know. None of this. Better be the vape. Whomst else doth suffereth the low self-esteemeth. Because you have great fashion. That's not sarcastic. Well, thanks, Sharnir. I don't wear cardigans. Fuck that. Not that I have anything against people who do wear cardigans, but it's not for me. I'll say, fine, my sick vape. Never mind, sense of fashion is bad. Why? Because I don't wear cardigans? Cardigans are the epitome of fashion? Nope. No. Nope. What's geocache? A new version of GeoCities? I'll say my sick vape. I spent a lot of time thinking about conspiracy theories, how proud I am of my child, potential ends of the world, if I'll ever be able to love myself as much as I love my grill, when I can next get a cup of coffee. I mean, okay, there's a few here. For me, the top two by far are potential ends of the world and when I can next get a cup of coffee. I am so fascinated by how the world will probably end. There are so many. Chat, did you know that every year, there is a 0.25%, so 0.25% chance that the volcano beneath what the fuck is it? Hang on. Beneath Yosemite or Yellowstone. Yellowstone? Yellowstone. There's a 0.25% chance that every year the volcano beneath Yellowstone National Park will explode, and the U.S. is like you're if you live in like that half of the US, like you're fucked. It's gonna be bad, like really bad. I actually saw a documentary on that, and it's like if you're anywhere in the vicinity, you're just dead. But it's one of the craziest volcanoes like in the world, and it's just, you know, beneath Yellowstone. But it's gonna fuck the whole world up immediately, well, over in the long term. But it's gonna just annihilate most of the US instantly. Like, you're just gonna be fucked. And then the rest of the world is gonna be a crazy, essentially like a nuclear winter. And even though it's not nuclear, but it's gonna be like essentially another ice age. It's crazy. And that's interesting to me. I love reading about that stuff. Do I actually think that's going to happen? No, 0.25% every year is like a 1 in 400 chance that's ever going to happen. No, it's probably never going to happen. But it's still really neat to think about. Yeah, I thought that was kind of... So anyway, my two things that I would probably... But honestly, a more realistic thing I would think of is this one right here. A cup of coffee. That sounds way more likely than it should be. It's not. It's actually not that much. Because if you think about it, in your lifetime, that works out to like... It's a small percentage. It's nothing. It's the equivalent of like, because it's not a super active volcano. It's not. It's a pretty dormant ass volcano. So when they give that percentage, it's actually much lower. Ty, we can use volcano's eruption to throw our space arc, sending us beyond escape velocity with sheer force. 1 in 400 is more likely than finding a shiny Pokemon, and I have a lot of those. Yes, but Darren Shade, that's 1 in 400 every year. So imagine you only got a shot at finding a shiny Pokemon once per year. A single chance, a single encounter once per year that is a 1 in 400 chance. You'd never get it ever in your life. And if you ever did, it would be the equivalent of like winning a small lottery. So really, it's not a big deal. But it is cool to know that there's basically a bomb beneath the U.S. that could just blow up and kill everyone. That's kind of neat. I don't know. Some people find that depressing. I find that interesting. But, you know, maybe I'm morbid or whatever. But I don't know. I think that's cool. I think that it's neat that, like, a black hole, if a black hole the size of my fist were to appear on Earth, we'd all die, like, immediately. Or like, you know, and that is a possibility. That's not beyond the realm of possibility that a black hole could form near our Earth and we all die. No, we wouldn't? No? Have you done any research on that Rarest of Raiders? Because I do a lot of research on black holes. Ty got new headphones? I did. They're wireless. They're kind of cool. Yeah, because you don't live here? What do you mean you don't live here? Because I'm not in the US? You know if that volcano blows up, we're all fucked. The whole world is in big trouble. Yes, some of you will die instantly. Or very close to instantly. And that sucks. But I'd probably die too. Because I'm not that far from mainland USA. Okay? So just because... just because, itchy. Australia would devolve into a lawless wasteland? Oh, wait. For people in Alaska, it wouldn't be much different than living here. That's a sacrifice I'm willing to make. No, honestly, look up stuff about black holes. It's crazy. Because a black hole the size of... the black hole... What did I read? A black hole the size of a dime has the density or the mass of planet Earth. I think that's the equivalent. So that amount of mass is crushing down onto something the size of a dime. If you take all of Earth's mass and crushed it into the size of a dime, that's how much power in a black hole the size of a dime. So imagine one the size of my fist. That'd be fucked up. I can give you an all-right lecture. Well, that's good. I study them as well. I'm glad you're a physicist. But can you deny that if a black hole the size of a small black hole were to suddenly appear on Earth, what do you think would happen? Can you give me the short form of what would happen? Because it wouldn't be good. Anyway. I feel like I've watched enough Sagan and Cosmos and what have you to have a pretty good understanding of how fucked up black holes are. Ty, do you like scarves? I like scarves for warmth, not for fashion. Sagan. Carl Sagan. Yes, but one couldn't appear. That's not entirely true. That's not entirely true. It is okay, that part is certainly the theoretical part. Because, I mean, they say that a black hole is, you know, a star collapsing on itself. So that much is true, but there are many black holes around, and the evidence of black holes that have appeared not because the star collapsed on itself. So that part I'll get you, but what I'm saying is that in theory, if a black hole the size of my fist were to appear right now in your home, how super fucked would you be? Well, extremely super fucked. When Daddy Stream devolves into spatial conspiracies and the destruction of the Earth. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna get back to it. Anyway, I'm gonna talk a cup of coffee. Profile coffee. See, that wasn't so bad. That was actually kind of fun. I could have totally spent all day on here just looking at people's profiles. You should message one of them. Or more than one of them. All of these dads seem pretty interesting. The only black hole I care about is dads. You're scaring me? Please go back to dad book. Okay. I promise I'll make some friends. Amanda gives me a hug. Go get him, Dad.
Welcome.
Please don't pirate games. Oh shit. It's all the dads, chat. Alright, well we gotta... Now, right this moment, Spitters is typing in all caps, Goth Dad, over and over and over. Please open up Goth Dad, Damien. Yep, there it is. There it is. So we're gonna we're gonna start with Goth Dad, and we'll see where that takes us. Stop these call-outs. I refuse to be slandered. God, this game is so well like, made. Damien Blood March. Okay. How do you know? Or how do you do? I have finally decided to join this information superhighway. I'm not entirely sure how this works, but I will try my best to understand. I love long strolls through graveyards and spending time with my son. If you would ever like to chat about the latest in Victorian fashion, the inevitability of our own demise, or black cats, please send me a letter. On a Friday night, you are most likely to listen to true crime podcasts while I taxidermy my newest specimens. If you had one thing to take with you onto a desert island, what would it be? A coffin. What are your turn-ons? Pronouncing bosom correctly. Why is there no audio here? Okay, chat, I'm gonna, while we read these, I'm gonna put on, probably copyrighted. Oh, they removed it for streamer mode. Oh, that makes sense. Okay, well, in the meantime, I'll put on this. All right. Gives us something, because we're going to read through all of this. What did you want to be when you grew up? A bat. What's your favorite movie genre? Foreign art house horror. What's your ideal date? It's night. We are at an industrial dark wave club in Berlin. The music drums to the beat of our hearts. Aww. What do you never leave home without? An upside down cross. I spend a lot of time thinking about mortality salience. Salience? Mortality salience. Okay, so that's one. Okay, so we learned some stuff about Damien, right? There's nothing else. We can message him. Next, let's take a look at Robert. When the internet gains sentience and I decide to destroy us all, you know it'll use this information again. Wait, when the internet gains sentience and decides to destroy us all, you know it'll use this information against us, right? On a Friday night, you are most likely to make a deal in an alleyway, have it go badly. Who's the cop? Who is Giacomo? I trusted Giacomo. If you had one thing to take with you to a desert island, what would it be? A gun. What are your turn-ons? Don't talk to me. What did you want to be when you grew up? A grifter. What's your favorite movie genre? Italian neorealism. What the fuck? What's your ideal date? Grave robbing. What do you never leave home without? At least 4 knives. I spend a lot of time thinking about, you ever really look into a rabid animal's eyes? Oof. Let's look at Daddy Joseph. Voted Maple Bay's #1 youth minister for 5 years running. Living in my hometown with my beautiful wife and my 4 amazing kids. If I'm not in church, you can catch me on the open water, setting sail to the seas of adventure. I love playing guitar and crushing my kids at Candyland. On a Friday night, you're most likely to lead the community in a fun mixer. If you had one thing to take with you to a desert island, what would it be? My 6-string. What are your turn-ons? My loving wife. Right. What did you want to be when you grew up? A ship captain. What's your favorite movie genre? Feel-good movies. What's your ideal date? Lovely night on the town with my wife. What do you never leave home without? The good book. I spent a lot of time thinking about how I could be a better man, husband, and father. Boring. Okay, Matt. Matt Sella, avid music enthusiast, passionate coffee drinker. You can find me most days selling bean juice over at the Coffee Spoon or hanging out at the park with my amazing daughter. Hit me up for the 80s no-wave music. On a Friday night, you're most likely to perfect my cold brew setup, one drip at a time, baby. If you had one thing to take with you to a desert island, what would it be? Fine tunes to pass the day away. What are your turn-ons? Multi-instrumentalism. What did you want to be when you grew up? A barista, weirdly enough. What's your favorite movie genre? Shit with subtitles. What's your ideal date? We go to the animal shelter and seriously consider adopting a cat. That's a date, chat. Fucking boom. Like that right there. Animal shelter? Oh, baby. What do you never leave home without? My headphones, both in-ear and over-ear, just in case. I spend a lot of time thinking about where did writing commas into song titles come from, and where did it go? Did we all just agree that it's a bad idea? Huh. Never thought about that. Brian. Ties in love. Don't lie, chat. You know that turns you on? Wait, what turns you on? Nail him to the cross, wait 3 days, and then fuck his hand holes. What? Oh, Kaneki, what? Brian Harding. Hi, I'm Brian. I spend most of the days hanging out with my awesome daughter and thinking up new ways to grill things. If you like fishing, then we'll get along. On a Friday night, you're most likely to see just how slowly I can cook a piece of brisket. Great. Thank you for the $1. Y'all asked for it, so here we go. Well, first, dependent on the size of the apparent horizon, we'd either orbit it like the sun, or we'd be in a kind of frozen frame for someone outside the horizon of the black hole. Continued in the next donation. I mean, okay, so what you're trying to say is that you're obviously, when you get close to a black hole, time slows down. Everything slows down and stretches. The movie Interstellar handled that actually fairly well. The theory of like being too close to a black hole and having everything slow down. But if a black hole were on top of us, it'd probably be real bad. If the sun turned into a black hole, we'd just orbit it normally. Yeah, well, I mean, if the sun turned into a black hole, we'd die instantly, because instead of the energy that it is emitting would be different instantly than what it is now. Currently, it emits an exact amount of heat in the form of radiation. Heat energy. We would, if it became a black hole, would something about that heat not change? I'm pretty sure it would, and then we would instantly die, whether we are instantly frozen in a split second, or maybe it's the opposite. I don't know if I don't think black holes generate heat, so we'd probably just turn to ice instantly. That's what I'm trying to say, chat. I'm not talking about, like, if a black hole appeared, what would the science... I'm saying, would we die? Black holes still emit heat? That amount, though? There's a process. No, we know that, but we're talking in... Chat, I know that a black hole isn't going to appear. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about what happens if one did. If the sun became a black hole instantly, and I know it can't, but if it did, I'm not talking about if the sun collapsed into a black hole, which is a process. I'm talking about if we flipped a switch and the sun became a black hole, what would happen? Would we not instantly die because there would be a change in the amount of energy that the sun is expending? Probably. We would freeze instantly. Because I don't think it would be the same amount of heat in the same... sent the same way that it is currently. So I'm pretty sure if the sun became a black hole, First of all light would be fucking gone. Like, we wouldn't be able to see anything, right? Because it would be absorbing light rather than emitting light, sort of. Anyway. Who cares? The real theory debug is his spitter's got that. He said, well, I mean, he brought it back. Okay, not a rake. I don't want any more donations about black holes, because we are really derailing the stream. The sun is 8 minutes away. Okay, fine. In 8 minutes we would freeze then. Because it would take 8 minutes for the lack of heat to arrive. But anyway, let's stop. Let's stop because this is stupid. All we asked at the start of the discussion was if a black hole happened near us, would we die? Yes, we would. As much as we're trying to science it, if you go on YouTube, and I know YouTube isn't the best source, but you know, there's Vinesauce, there's Cosmos, there's Carl Sagan, there's tons of astrophysicists that have answered that question, and they all preface it, well, it would never happen, but if it did, yes, we'd fucking die, and here's how we would die. So, I mean, the question is how. Yeah, but that was the original question that got asked. Would we be crushed or would we be spaghettification? I don't know. You don't know. But we'd die because that's a lot of mass and a lot of gravitational pull and a lot of death that's happening right on top of your face. But rather than us arguing it, we'll just everyone go watch a YouTube video later and have actual scientists explain it. But I'm done with this discussion, so no more. No more. I want to read about dads. I don't want to argue about the stupid space shit because it's not the time. So no more. That's the cutoff. So don't donate anymore trying to further the discussion. On a Friday night, you're most likely to see how slowly I can cook a piece of brisket. If you had one thing to take with you onto a desert island, what would it be? My fishing pole. What are your turn-ons? A keen understanding of steak cuts. What did you want to be when you grew up? A fireman. What's your favorite movie genre? Romantic comedies. What's your ideal date? Deck building. What would you never leave home without? My portable fishing pole. I spend a lot of time thinking about how my daughter is smarter than I am. Hugo. Middle school teacher, high school teacher, writer of scholarly articles in the 18th century literature for various esteemed publications. If you're on here to tell me that my son put a cherry bomb in your trash, I know, and I'm sorry. Weird. Huh. I actually just noticed just the slightest graphical issue with how this guy's cut out. There's like some stray pixels. They didn't trim him very well when they threw this PNG on the right side of the screen. Interesting. Only I would notice something like that, but yeah, the aliasing on the edge is actually quite bad. Huh. Anyway, I'm gonna stop being an art nerd. On a Friday night, you're most likely to brew some strong tea and paint my miniatures. If you had one thing to take with you on a desert island, what would it be? A remembrance of things past by Marcel Proust? What are your turn-ons? Muscles. That's surprising. Hugo and I have the same kink, muscles. What did you want to be when you grew up? A movie star. What's your favorite movie genre? Documentaries on art history. What is your ideal date? Each of us read a different book on opposite sides of the couch in comfortable silence. What do you never leave home without? My glasses. Actually, I forget them at home a lot. I spend a lot of time thinking about, I worry that people who are against e-readers are more in love with the idea of books than actually reading them. That's true. That's true. I'd say this, I would extend that and say audiobooks as well. Whether it's e-readers, audiobooks, anything that gives you a book in a format that's not paper in your hands. Yeah. Yeah, those fuckers that talk down about people who, you know, modern reading tools. Yeah. Because I first got an e-reader, and the first thing, like, I read more books that year that I got my e-reader than I think I ever had in my life. And then when I started listening to audiobooks, I read like 4 times the amount of books that I did the previous year. Read, and by read I mean listened to a soothing voice read for me. And damn, that's a good point. He just you can't use an e-reader to make joint papers. That's true. Okay, who do we got left? Craig? Dad of 3, business entrepreneur, and fitness enthusiast. Juggling work, family, and fitness is a tough gig, but someone's got to do it. On a Friday night, you are most likely to get one last good cardio session in. If you had one thing to take with you to an to a desert island, what would it be? A box of energy bars. What are your turn-ons? A sub 6-minute mile. What did you want to be when you grew up? Beer pong world champion. What's your favorite movie genre? Buddy cop movies forever. What's your ideal date? Scaling a huge dangerous mountain for fun. What do you never leave home without? An extra tube of energy gel. Ty should make some audiobooks? No way, man. Reading to you guys for 8 hours a day, for upwards of 8 hours a day, is like more than enough use of my voice. And plus, I don't have the kind of voice that that's cut out for audiobooks. I spent a lot of time thinking about my mile time used to be so good. What happened? Have I peaked? Instead of a soothing voice, could a gruff Amazonian read books to us? It's funny though, I've listened to a lot of audiobooks and all the different voices work. Like one of my favorite authors always has the same two voices essentially read his books. So I got really used to that, and then I started reading listening to The Dark Tower by Stephen King, and the voice is completely different. It's like the kind of voice you would not expect to read an audiobook at all, but it's kind of growing on me. It was weird at first. But yeah, I don't know. It's interesting. I highly recommend. If you guys haven't, if you were like so many people and you haven't read a book in years, try audiobooks, man. Shit's super good. Is this legal? Is what legal? The Dark Tower is my second favorite book series. I'd listen to audiobooks if excessive profanity was the voice. Damien looks like a freshly shaven version of me. Are dads allowed to date dads? Of course. Absolutely they are. Who would stop them? Did you know Wayne June, Darkest Dungeon narrator, does Lovecraft audiobooks, or at least some readings? Oh, that's cool. He's got an amazing voice. Damien is right there, and he's so perfect. Joseph looking about ready to nail him to the church altar. Oh, God. Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior, would stop them. Ty, come on, haven't you read the scriptures? That's true. Well, he hasn't stopped them yet, so. Oh my God, it's 3:30 a.m. Chat, I gotta call it. It's 3:30 a.m. I was only gonna go till 3. We went an extra half hour. I need to go to bed because I've got to take my dog to the vet very early tomorrow. And by tomorrow, I mean in a couple of hours. Fuck. Oh, tomorrow's gonna be a shit show. Anyway, chat, I gotta call it. Dysfunctional world? What's dysfunctional? Are you trying to find a way around saying that you're actually homophobic? I kind of get the feeling, Life Genesis, that you have a problem with gay people. I get that inkling. If that's true, just spit it out now so we can toss you. No, you don't? Okay, well then, okay, that's fine. But you love everyone? Okay, well then good. Then you're gonna have a good time here. But questioning if a relationship between anyone is wrong is generally like that's the beginning of something that sounds shitty. So understand that we get a lot of people in the stream that are homophobic and have to get shut the fuck down. So, you know. But I'm glad we clarified that. Anyway, chat. I need to go to bed because I gotta take my dog to the vet very early tomorrow. But we're gonna find someone to raid in the meantime. And yeah, you guys are the best. Thank you, everybody who is here. Everybody who is here